So, good morning. We were talking about the different methods of ascertaining profits under single entry system. So, single entry system is a system in which the double entry principles are not followed, and mainly there are two methods of ascertaining profit. So, the first method is statement of affairs method and the second method is conversion method. So far we were discussing about the first method, that is statement of affairs method, otherwise known as net worth method. Now we can move on to the second method, that is one of the most important method. Now when we compare the statement of profit method and the conversion method, this conversion method is considered to be more important. Okay, so we can move on to the second method, that is conversion method. Okay, now what is conversion method and why this conversion method is used? So here the question is why conversion method is required. Now the conversion of single entry to double entry. Why? Here in case of statement of affairs method, it will be revealing profit only. That is, in case of the statement of affairs method, we are preparing a statement of profit and loss. And in the statement of profit and loss, we can calculate or we can ascertain the amount of profit made during the year. Okay, and here we are preparing the statement of affairs which is similar to the balance sheet only for the purpose of knowing the opening capital and closing capital. That is, under the statement of affairs method, we are preparing statement of affairs, and this statement of affairs is considered to be similar to the balance sheet, and we have already studied the difference between statement of affairs and balance sheet. Okay, so we prepare the opening statement of affairs for the purpose of knowing the opening capital, and we prepare the closing statement of affairs for the purpose of knowing the closing capital. Okay, under the first method, that is statement of affairs method, actually it will be revealing only the profit, and that is by the preparation of statement of profit. Now, in the absence of complete records, the ascertainment of correct profit and financial position is impossible. In case of single entry, usually we are maintaining only the personal accounts and only a cash book. That is, under the subsidiary books, we prepare cash book and only the personal accounts, that is debtors and creditors accounts, are being maintained under the single entry. So there is incomplete record or there is absence of complete records. Now again, even though we are ascertaining the amount of profit by preparing the statement of affairs, it is not considered to be accurate. So under this method, it is not possible to ascertain the correct profit and financial position. The financial position cannot be ascertained because we are not preparing or we are unable to prepare the balance sheet. So because of these two reasons, we require the conversion method, that is, we have to convert the single entry to double entry. So for the purpose of ascertaining the correct profit and also to know the accurate financial position, we need to convert single entry to double entry. Okay, now for this purpose, the main challenge before us is finding out missing figures. So the main challenge faced for converting the single entry to double entry is finding out missing figures, and for this purpose we are to follow certain steps that we will study. Then again, for the purpose of finding out the missing figures, we have to prepare necessary ledger accounts. That is, the missing figures are obtained by preparing various ledger accounts. This we will study in detail. Okay, so that is regarding the conversion of single entry to double entry. That is the purpose of conversion of single entry to double entry. Then now we will see the procedure for converting single entry to double entry. So for converting single entry to double entry, we have to follow certain procedure. So the first step is prepare opening statement of affairs. This we will prepare in case of statement of affairs method also. And for what purpose it is prepared. It is prepared for the purpose of ascertaining the opening capital. So under conversion method also, we will be preparing opening statement of affairs for the purpose of ascertaining opening capital. Okay. Then prepare cash book. So usually the cash book will be prepared, and in case the cash book is already prepared, then try to complete it as much as possible. So usually the main books which are maintained by a single entry trader is personal accounts, that is debtors account and creditors account, and also the cash book. Okay, so sometimes cash book may be prepared under single entry system, but in case it is prepared or even though the cash book is prepared, we must try to complete it as much as possible. And this is done for the purpose of knowing opening cash balance, closing cash balance or any other missing value. Okay, so the second thing is prepare cash book. The first one was prepare opening statement of affairs to ascertain the opening capital. Then prepare cash book, and in case it is prepared, complete it as much as possible for the purpose of knowing opening cash balance, closing cash balance or any other missing value. Then here there are various ledger accounts which are missing and many facts and figures will be missing. So for the purpose of knowing the various figures or various missing information, we have to prepare various ledger accounts. So it is already stated that there will be the main challenge before the person who is maintaining the books of accounts under single entry is to calculate or ascertain various missing figures. Now for the purpose of ascertaining various missing figures, we have to prepare certain accounts, and some of the accounts include total debtors account, total creditors account, bills receivable account and bills payable account. Okay, so these are some of the account which are need to be prepared for the purpose of converting single entry to double entry. So first is preparation of total debtors account. Now what are the informations which are available from total debtors account? So the available informations include opening balance of debtors, closing balance of debtors, cash received from debtors, credit sales, etc. Okay, so these are some of the information which are available from total debtors account. So prepare total debtors account for the purpose of knowing opening or closing balance of debtors, cash received from debtors, credit sales, etc. So just like that, prepare total creditors account also. Now the various informations which are available from total creditors account includes opening or closing balance of creditors, cash paid to creditors, cash purchases, etc. So these informations are available from total creditors account. Then again, the next account is bills receivable account. So prepare bills receivable account. Now the informations available include closing and opening balance of bills receivable received during the year, etc. So the informations are available from bills receivable account. Then again prepare bills payable book. Here we will get information relating to opening and closing balance of bills payable issued during the year, etc. Okay, so these are some of the steps, that is preliminary steps. One is preparing opening statement of affairs, then prepare cash book and complete it as much as possible. Then again prepare total debtors account, total creditors account, bills receivable account and bills payable account. Then after that, calculate total sales and total purchase. Now what about total sales and total purchase? Total sales means cash sales plus credit sales. Then total purchase means cash purchase plus credit purchase. Okay, now from where this cash sales and cash purchases are available? That is, information relating to cash sales and cash purchase will be available from cash book. Okay, so the cash sales and cash purchases will be recorded in the cash book. So information relating to cash sales and cash purchases available from the cash book. Then again, we must know the credit sales and credit purchase. You know, this credit sales is available from total debtors account and credit purchases available from total creditors account. So once you know the cash sales and credit sales, you can calculate the total sales. Then again, when you know the cash purchase and credit purchase, you can calculate total purchase also. Okay. Now, the procedure continues. Then again, you have to refer cash book. Now, for what purpose again the cash book is referred? That is for the purpose of obtaining information relating to, that is for the purpose of obtaining information relating to nominal accounts, that is the accounts relating to expenses and income. So the next step is refer cash book for the purpose of obtaining information relating to nominal accounts like expenses and income, that is all the information relating to expenses and income. For example, it can be salary, then rent, commission, repair, etc. So the information relating to the items relating to expenses and income, which it can be ascertained from cash book, or it can be ascertained by referring to cash book. Now the double entry process is complete. So opening capital you got, then what are the other things? Opening capital, then cash book, that is opening balance of cash, closing balance of or any other missing value. Then for the total debtors account, creditors account, bills receivable account and bills payable account, all these informations are available. Then again, by referring to the cash book, the information relating to expenses and incomes are available, that is nominal accounts are available. So to a certain extent, double entry process is complete. Now after completing the double entry process, you know the other stages. Now what are the other stages? Usually in case of double entry system, how you are preparing, or on what basis you are preparing the final accounts. That is, in the question you will be given a trial balance and certain additional informations. Now once you are given the trial balance and various additional information, you can prepare the trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet, which constitute the final accounts under double entry system. Okay, so double entry process is complete. Now you prepare trial balance. Now on the basis of all these informations, you can prepare trial balance, and the trial balance is prepared for the purpose of checking the arithmetical accuracy. Okay, now after preparing the trial balance, there will be various other informations like adjustments. And the adjustments include outstanding expense, prepaid expense, accrued income, unearned income, depreciation, bad debts, etc. So these are some of the examples of adjustments. So by taking into consideration the information available in trial balance and the information relating to adjustments, you can prepare the final account, that is trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet. Okay, so this is the procedure, and the procedure is very important. So sometimes it may be asked for as a short answer question. So procedure includes prepare opening statement, then cash book, total debtors account, creditors account, bills receivable account, bills payable account. Then again, by referring to the cash book, obtain information relating to nominal account, so it is complete. Then prepare trial balance, take into consideration the adjustments. Then finally, prepare trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet. Okay, it's clear. Now we can move on to these things, that is, you have to prepare total debtors account, total creditors account, bills receivable account and bills payable account for the purpose of obtaining various missing values. Now we will see the format of total debtors account, total creditors account, bills receivable account and also bills payable account. Okay, so this is the format of total debtors account. For the purpose of getting information relating to debtors, we have to prepare total debtors account. Now you know debtor is an asset. Okay, but the debtor comes under asset. Now what is the balance of asset? So the assets will be having a debit balance. So the asset is having a debit balance. So the debtors account will also be having a debit balance. Now what is the general rule? In case an account is having a debit balance, then all the items which are increasing that account will be debited, and all the items which are decreasing that item or that account will be credited. Okay, in case any account is having a debit balance, then all the items which are increasing that account will be debited, and all the items which are decreasing that account will be credited. So just like that, in case an account is having a credit balance, then all the items increasing that account will be credited and all the items decreasing that account will be debited. So it is already said that the debtors account is having a debit balance as it is an asset. Okay. So while preparing the total debtors account, first of all, we will be writing the opening balance, that is on the debit side. We write opening balance to balance brought down. Then the items increasing the debtors, for example, to sales, that is credit sales, then to bank account, check dishonored, then to bills receivable, bills dishonored. So the items usually appear on the total debtors account are, debit side of total debtors account are opening balance, then credit sale, check dishonored and bills receivable, that is bills dishonored. Okay, opening balance to balance brought down, then credit sales to sales, then check dishonored to bank, and bills dishonored to bills receivable. That is, entry will be debtors account added to sales, then debtors account added to bank, and debtors account added to bills receivable. Okay. So the items which are reducing the account balance, that is debtors account balance, will be shown on the credit side. For example, cash received. So the amount of debtors will be reduced to that extent. So cash account added to debtors account. So cash, that is cash received, then bank for check received. Now again you can write cash itself. When the check is received, you can write cash itself. Then discount allowed, that is the discount allowed to the debtors. Then sales returns, that is returns inwards. Then again bad debts. Bills receivable, that is bills received. Then finally closing balance. So these are the items which appear on the credit side or which reduce the debtors account balance. So by cash, by bank, by discount allowed, by sales returns, by bad debts, by bills receivable, then the closing balance, that is balance carried out. So this is total debtors account. Then comes total creditors account. So in case of total creditors account, the amount that will be increasing the creditors account balance will be credited because the creditors account is having a credit balance. Now all the items which reduce the creditors account balance will be shown on the debit side also. Okay, so here creditors account, that is a liability, so it will be having a credit balance. Okay, so start with the opening balance by balance brought down. Then comes purchase, that is credit purchase. By bank, that is check dishonored. Then bills payable, that is bill dishonored. Okay, so this is the opening balance. Then comes credit purchase, then check dishonored, and also bills dishonored. So that comes to the credit side. Now what about the debit side? On the debit side, the items appearing include to cash, that is cash paid to suppliers. Then to bank, that is check issued to the suppliers. Then bills payable, that is bills accepted. Then to discount received, to purchase returns, that is returns outwards, and also the closing balance, that is balance carried on. So these are the items appearing on the debit side and credit side of total creditors account. Then the next account is this, that is bills receivable account. Now in case of bills receivable account, again bills receivable is an asset. So the bills receivable account will be having a debit balance. So write the opening balance, that is balance brought down. Then to sundry debtors, that is bills receivable received during the year. To the extent to which the bill is received, the debtors account will be reducing and the bill will be increasing. Okay. Then by cash or bank, that is bills receivable honored. Then by sundry debtors, that is bills receivable dishonored. Then finally the closing balance, that is balance carried on. So these are the items in bills receivable account, that is to balance brought down, opening balance. To sundry debtors, bills receivable received during the year. By cash or bank, bills receivable honored. Then by sundry debtors, bills receivable dishonored. Then by balance carried on, closing balance. Okay. Then last one is bills payable account. In case of bills payable account, so bills payable is a liability, so it will be having a credit balance. Okay, so start with the opening balance, that is by balance brought down, opening balance. By sundry creditors, that is bill accepted. Then again to cash or bank, that is bills payable paid. To sundry creditors, bills payable dishonored, and finally the closing balance, that is to balance carried on. So these are the informations which will be mentioned in bills payable account. So from bills payable account, bills receivable account, sundry debtors account, and sundry creditors account, we can ascertain some missing facts and figures or some missing values or missing informations. So for that purpose, we will be preparing total debtors, total creditors, bills receivable, and bills payable account. Okay, hope it's clear. So once again, conversion method, that is converting single entry to double entry. The main purpose is it cannot reveal, so it will be revealing only the profit. That is correct ascertainment of profit and financial position is impossible, so we have to convert it. And these are the procedure, that is opening statement of affairs, that is prepare opening statement of affairs, cash book, total debtors account, creditors account, bills receivable account, bills payable account. Then on that basis calculate total purchases and total sales. Then again refer cash book to know the various information relating to nominal accounts. Then the double entry processes to a certain extent complete. Then again prepare trial balance for checking the arithmetical accuracy. Then consider various adjustments like outstanding expense, prepaid expense, etc. Then finally prepare trading and profit loss account and balance sheet. Then the other things were the format regarding total debtors account, total creditors account, then bills receivable account and bills payable account. Okay, thank you.